The big winner from the 2022 midterm elections, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, who cruised to a re-election victory. Now the big question is, does DeSantis have the guts to get into the ring with Donald Trump and challenge him for the 2024 presidential nomination? The midterms did not work out the way Donald Trump intended. He wanted to come out of the midterms riding high, looking like the person who had delivered a massive victory for the Republican Party, and that just did not happen. Of course, we still don't completely know whether the Republicans are going to take control of the House and the Senate, but they certainly did not score the kind of resounding win, the so-called red wave, that a lot of people and Trump were expecting. So now Trump is in a little bit of a diminished state. There are certainly elements within the Republican Party that see him or are beginning to see him as a liability. I mean, if you think about it, since he won the White House in 2016, they lost seats in Congress in 18. He lost the presidency in 20, and then the Republican Party underperformed again this week. So that's not a great track record. Well, Ron DeSantis is the biggest winner of the 2022 midterms. He trounced his opponent, Charlie Crist, in his re-election bid. Florida, he is riding high. He has a ton of money in the bank. He's got a huge national profile. There's really nothing left for him except to see if he's going to have the guts to take on Donald Trump. And that's a question that people have been asking for months. We're pretty sure Trump is going to get in next week. Part of the reason he's announcing so early is to try to ward off a bid by DeSantis or somebody else. Trump would love to have a clear pathway to the nomination. So we're going to see pretty soon if DeSantis is going to make an announcement after Trump. And then after that, we're going to see if DeSantis has a willingness to criticize Trump, something that he has steadfastly avoided doing because he has not wanted to alienate Trump supporters, who are also some of his supporters. But at some point, DeSantis is going to have to take it to the former president, because Trump certainly has no hesitation in taking it back to him. So can DeSantis take the heat, and can he bring the heat? Well, Joe Biden actually had a pretty good night this week as well. Democrats were feeling pretty pessimistic about their chances, and that was filtering into the White House. Lots of talk that Biden was going to be a lame duck. Republicans could still, take over the House and make Biden's life a little more miserable on a daily basis with investigations and criticism. But if the Democrats manage to hold on to the Senate, then it's a pretty good outcome for Joe Biden. And even better, a House run by the Republicans gives Joe Biden a foil. He doesn't own everything anymore. He has an opponent. He has somebody he can blame, which is a really handy thing to have when you're running for re-election. So it's not all bad news for Biden. Of course, he said that he's not going to decide whether he runs for re-election until early next year. All indications is that he's considering it. And in fact, I think that the fact that Trump is getting in makes it more likely Biden gets in. Because as we remember from 2020, Biden sort of takes it as his personal mission to stop Trump. And I'm sure he believes that, again, he's the only person who can keep Trump out of the White House. Of course, questions are going to persist about Biden's fitness. He's going to be 80 later this month. That's going to be a topic, I think, now that the midterms are behind us, that's going to get a lot increasing attention in the weeks and months ahead. Can an 80-year-old president really make a case for his re-election? That's going to be an ongoing drama in Washington.